Alright, so we had a question recently on the Garageband users group from Jean-Philippe Cassan. I think I'm saying that correctly. Hello and thank you for accepting me into your group. I want to have the sound of Red Hot Chili Peppers Can't Stop, but I don't know how to do it. Can anyone help me? Thanks. Then Patrick from Garageband Guide was nice enough to recommend my channel and recommend if I had some videos for Red Hot Chili Peppers guitar tones. He said Rich Hoffman has some really useful Red Hot Chili Peppers Garageband tone videos. Not sure if he's covered Can't Stop specifically though. So I figured this was a good opportunity to cover the song Can't Stop. If you haven't seen Patrick's channel, I highly recommend you go check it out. It's called the Garageband Guide. Found this nice backing track for Can't Stop. It's the drum and bass only, so go check out luxury backing tracks. So go down here to your track settings here. I always like to add a noise gate. Usually set that somewhere between -65 and -55 for a clean tone. Probably don't need it a whole lot unless you have a noisy guitar or you got lights around you making noise in your studio. Next, for the pedal board. Alright, so for the pedal board I added 2 sets of compressors and 2 sets of graphic EQs. You got to choose this mixer so you can split the signals, pan it left and pan it right. Here you can see I've got the sustain about 12 o'clock, level is at about 3. Made the second one slightly different, just about 1 o'clock and 3 o'clock on the level here. I've got one fast, one slow. I've got 2 graphic EQs, kind of bumping up those mids once again, giving a slight bump up on the overall level for both pedals. Make them slightly different, gives you a nice contrast between your left and right signal. Okay, next for the amp designer. So you want to pick this vintage British head. You're going to pick the brown panel 1x12 cabinet right here. Choose your condenser 87 microphone. Here is the mic placement. And then a pro tip. I think a lot of people forget to set the output of that microphone here. Sometimes everyone has it too low and you lose a lot of your guitar signal. So you want to make sure that's set at about 0 dB. Another key item is your digital interface. So when you plug your guitar, make sure your signal is strong enough. So next we have the gain. I have the gain set at 4. EQ, going to choose the vintage EQ setting. Bass is 8, mids at 6.5, treble at 4. Reverb is on. I've got the boutique spring. Level set at 2. No other effects on. Presence at 6. Master at 7.5. That takes care of the rhythm guitar. Alright, next is the lead guitar. Here's what my leads sound like. So once again, what I did here was I actually recorded the lead on 2 tracks, pan 1 left, pan 1 right. Gives a nice stereo wide mix here. Once again, we've got noise gate. See, I've got it at -55. Here's our pedal board. So I've got it going into the splitter, the red fuzz box. Here is the dial settings for the fuzz. So I've got that on one split channel, and then I've got the happy face fuzz on the other split channel. So put one on this lower bar, one on this upper bar. Here are the dial settings for the fuzz face. Once again, always great to grab this graphic EQ pedal, put that in line. You can really adjust your tone using this, using all these different frequencies. Bumped up a couple dB here on the level, and then once again pan 1 left, pan 1 channel right. Using this splitter and this mixer on your pedal board should really give you a nice addition to your tones. If you've never used it, try experimenting with it. On the amp designer, we're going to use the same head because you don't want to change the sound too drastically. You're just going to overdrive it for that lead tone. So once again, I left everything same. I think the my EQ on the lead guitar was a little bit different. Here are the settings. Got 7, 4.5, 4.5 on the treble, slight bit of reverb, boutique spring, presence at 7, master at 7, kept the condenser 87 mic, and your output is at 0. For the third guitar, I added a little bit of a chorus effect. Here's what it sounds like. So once again on the pedal board, turned out to be a pretty cool sound. Used the splitter in the mixer again. Had one retro chorus on the lower bar, heavenly chorus on the upper bar. Splitting that, it's going into a graphic EQ. For this amp, I grabbed the silver panel amp. We've got the black panel 4x10, condenser 414 microphone. Here's the placement. Modern EQ. Let's see, we got the gain at 4.5. Basses at 3, mids at 5, treble at 8, reverbs like 1.5, sweet reverb. Presence at 8.5, master at 6.